What you're looking at right now is the Griffin Studio Connect. The Studio Connect allows you to attach audio sources to your iPad, and also allows you to connect your iPad to external speakers for sound input. And on the back here we can kind of give it a little overview of what's going on. The source, one of the inputs is for guitars or keyboards, a mono instrument input, which is a 1/4 inch jack on the back, shown over here. But it also has another feature, lesser known, maybe because it's lesser advertised for some reason, which is a 3.5 millimeter or 1/8 inch jack input, which is stereo. And this feature is one of the main reasons I purchased this product. I'm not a musician, I don't have a keyboard, I don't have guitars. I intend to take the output of a church mixer board, which is stereo, which is an RCA output, and I'm going to take an RCA to 1/8 inch jack cable, plug it in here, and use my iPad to record church services. But of course, as you can see, you have other options. You have a MIDI input as well. You've got a headphone input on the front, and you also have a headphone volume. I'm not really sure why this is such a huge headphone volume dial here, as if headphones are the main feature of this thing. But nevertheless, if you play around with the volume a lot on your headphones, I suppose it would be a benefit to have. So what I'm going to show you in this video is the unboxing of this product. But before I begin, I have no direct affiliation with this company, but I purchased it from a company by the name of Sweetwater. And I just happened to find them on the internet, and I must admit to you, I'm one of the cheapest men alive. So I was looking for a deal on this product, and I found that Sweetwater had a $20 off discount in June of 2012. And so I looked at the company, and they seemed to have a great reputation, so I decided to purchase from them. And I must say I had a great experience. I had questions before the purchase. The salesman who dealt with me was very, very knowledgeable and very helpful, very friendly when I called him on the phone. And I consider that quite important because I do not live in the United States. I'm an American living in Japan. And they were willing to ship to me. They gave me a quick quote on the shipping. I accepted the quote, and everything arrived very quickly. It was a very smooth transaction, and I would certainly love to do business with them again. So I just like to mention them, and you can see their website here is sweetwater.com. So again, now I will do the unboxing for you and take my little X-Acto knife. We've got 2 seals we're going to break here. So we've got the Studio Connect manual, which is not extremely extensive. It's a folded single sheet of paper here. Actually, it's not very extensive at all when you consider that most of this is just other foreign languages. But it is a simple product, so it really doesn't need a lot of explanation. You sit the iPad in and you plug it in. On the back, we see that it is talking about the I/O. 2-track stereo recording, that's the purpose I'll be using it for. We've got the left and right RCA line level audio out. So it's line level, and if you want to connect to speakers, that means you're going to need an amplifier. You cannot drive speakers directly from these 2 outputs. Okay, so that is the manual, and here we have the actual product, and this, from what I've read, is the recording level. This is the headphone. Here's the headphone output here. Here is the headphone volume control. So whatever you plug in here, this is the volume control for it. This, of course, is the recording level, which is important for me as the sound man. I have a kind of a weak output from my mixer board. I'll be using this, certainly. That will impact this or this. All right, this is the mono 1/4 inch input from a mono guitar or other instrument. And of course, this is the 1/8 inch stereo input. See if we can focus my camera a little bit faster here. There we go. Stereo input there. It's not really well marked, but I guess you can figure it out. Mono on the left, stereo on the right here, right? And it's kind of hidden away. Again, I guess the stereo input was just an afterthought, but again, the main reason I bought it was for that. We've got MIDI in. The 5 volts that needs to power it would come from, you see we have a, I'll show it to you. My GF1 would ever focused as fast as I'd like it to. We've got it good and taped here, don't we? Alright. So we've got the AC adapter here that will power the unit, and this adapter is important to charge the iPad as well. So that's another great feature of this. You don't have to use battery power only. You can, on your iPad, you can actually get your iPad to be charged while using this. So it says 100 to 240 volts, 50 to 60 hertz, 700 milliamps, 0.7 amps max for the AC, but the output is 5 volts at 2.5 amps. Yeah. So 5 volts, 2.5 amps adapter here. And in Japan, since I'm in an area that uses 60 hertz, that's fine. We have 100 volts here, AC power. So again, here's the MIDI and here's the RCA line level outputs for speakers. And then of course we have the iPad dock connector here, and the cable is just the right length that you would need to hook up the iPad. Alright, so here is my iPad. This is the Apple supplied smart cover, and the app I've got open here is Twisted Wave. Twisted Wave is an app that allows you to record in very high quality 16-bit audio, which is CD quality sound. And of course I'm going to show you how it connects. Here is the dock connector. So I'm going to plug that in on the side. See if I can get the orientation right. Maybe it's the other way. Yeah. Okay, so if I put my iPad in this orientation, then the cable will be going up. Not sure if that's right or not, but putting the iPad there, it sits on just fine. If we move it, it's very stable. It has rubber on the bottom, so you can beat on the table, and it's quite nice, And of course, Twisted Wave. This is it's not a free app, but it's extremely well rounded. It has a lot of features that are very, very useful, and I've recorded with it through a Griffin iMic, old gray version, and it works fairly well. But from what I understand, this product has an updated A to D converter, and I asked Griffin what A to D converter they use in this product, and I'm still waiting to hear back from them. And it's been a few weeks now, so it seems like even they don't even know. It's just supposedly better than the old Griffin iMic. The Griffin iMic was fairly good. I mean, it was 16-bit CD quality audio. It just the output from it was very, very weak, and there are more modern HD converters now, and apparently this has that. So unfortunately I cannot tell you what HD converter is in this model. Maybe if you two join me and ask Griffin the same question, we might find out. But again, my basic purpose for using this will be to plug in my headphones here to monitor the audio I'll be inputting, use this to adjust for the headphone level, and of course this very important dial here for the input level of the stereo jack on the back. So if we look at the iPad from the side, we can kind of see here the incline that you're going to get. The level at which I'm going to use this at our church is such that this would really be the ideal incline. I've been using the smart cover on the back to try to prop up the iPad, and it just didn't really work well. But this will be significantly better. So as you can see here, I've got the smart cover on, and it allows me to use it to sit the iPad there with the smart cover on just fine. And again, here's the cable, the dock connector. If I take off the dock connector like so and move up the iPad a little bit, you can see how it sits down in there. Go ahead and turn off my iPad. The gray areas are, to the touch, a very soft rubber. Doesn't feel like they're plastic. Feels like it's a very soft rubber, so you're not going to scratch the iPad. And of course, the rubber will allow some friction there, so your iPad, if you just bump it a little bit, it's not going to fall off or slip out of place. And then of course on the bottom, you've got a lot of very nice rubber here, which keeps the Studio Connect in place. And it also can act as a little shock absorber as well if whatever table you put it on is bumped or otherwise jolted a bit. And so maybe I'll do a follow-up video of the product in action, but that is the unboxing. And I look forward to doing a great recording session with it. I hope this is helpful to those of you who are considering this product as a purchase of your own. Thank you for watching.